Hey guys! Welcome to the Whispers of Turkish Stars channel. All the details are in our video. Don't forget to subscribe and share before we dive in. Thank you so much. Tonight, the whispers are louder than ever. The rumor mill is spinning around one headline, a daring, heart-stopping proposition that has placed Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel at the very center of a storm. What people are saying behind the scenes is nothing short of explosive. According to the chatter echoing across sets, private gatherings, and social feeds, Yağmur allegedly looked Barış in the eyes and delivered a sentence that made the ground shift: "End your engagement, and marry me." That single, charged notion would be enough to set any room buzzing. But this isn't a pair of strangers randomly colliding, it's two names we've watched cross paths for a long time. For months, those around them have noticed the subtle changes in their dynamic while working in the same orbit: projects, mutual events, shared friend circles that keep bringing them face to face. People close to the scene talk about energy that feels different now, conversations that linger, and glances that say more than polite industry talk. Sources insist that what once looked like camaraderie has started to resemble a chapter neither of them expected to read out loud. From what insiders claim, the words attributed to Yağmur were not vague or cautious. They say she didn't sprinkle her message with ambiguity or hide behind coy phrases. She made her point clear, direct, and brave, prompting the question nobody can ignore: if Barış has been engaged for some time, what happens next? Is a break on the horizon? Are we about to witness a decision that tilts every headline? That's exactly what has kept phones ringing and DMs lighting up across the entertainment world. Those closest to Barış allegedly describe him as stunned, even shaken, by the intensity of it all. According to people who claim to have spoken with him recently, he has confided that he's navigating a very complicated moment, a stretch of days where emotions, expectations, and obligations are colliding. Some say he's anguished, torn between loyalty and a feeling he didn't intend to acknowledge. Others insist he's simply determined to keep the floodlights away from his private life. No matter which version is true, one thing is certain: his silence is being dissected as if every pause and every blink carries meaning. On the other side, Yağmur's refusal to comment publicly has become a story in itself. It's not her first time being painted as headstrong in matters of the heart. Fans and columnists are pulling old interview lines back into the conversation, moments where she described herself as open, fearless, and unwilling to shrink from love when it calls. Those memories, replayed now, are being framed as a possible roadmap to her current stance. Is she, once again, choosing courage, even if it means stirring a delicate situation? Or is the entire narrative inflated by people watching from the outside? The quiet only makes the speculation louder. No official statements have come from either side, and that vacuum invites curiosity to swell. Everyone wants to know what Barış will do. Will the ring he's been wearing still symbolize a future he believes in? Or will the story pivot sharply toward a new beginning that nobody saw coming until these whispers escaped the confines of closed doors? Whether the rumor is exaggerated or dangerously close to the truth, we are all standing in the same place, waiting for the next move and wondering how sharp the fallout may be. As more pieces of gossip slip from one circle to another, the portrait forming is more than a fleeting exchange. Observers claim that Yağmur and Barış have been communicating more often in recent weeks, and that their presence at select private events has not gone unnoticed. Not in a reckless way, not in a way that makes a scene, but in a manner that suggests comfort. Intimate body language, time spent laughing at the edges of crowded rooms, long conversations that run past the moment when most people have left, that is the claim, and it has taken on a life of its own. Naturally, that alleged closeness would weigh heavily on the person not in the room, the fiancé. The word on the street is that she is far from comfortable with the drip of rumors surrounding her partner. There are murmurs that the relationship is showing signs of strain, that the patient, careful balance they once kept is wobbling under the weight of half-truths and curious stares. People close to the couple say that Barış is trying to guard both his work and his personal life without sacrificing either, but this may be the kind of situation where every compromise looks like a surrender to someone. Meanwhile, those who claim to know Yağmur say she hasn't drifted away from her feelings during this tense period. The quote now circulating in backstage conversations, "Life is brief, and she intends to follow the joy she recognizes," has landed like a stone in the pond. Fans who cherish her bold spirit applaud her for owning her heart, critics say that bravery and sensitivity don't always walk hand in hand. Social media has split in two. Some dismiss the claims as inventive fan fiction, insisting that a few photos and old set stories don't equal romance. Others insist they've sensed a different electricity for months, parsing facial expressions, exchanging screen caps, surfacing playful comments and liking patterns from the past that suddenly feel, to them, like clues. Which brings us back to the question hanging over every conversation: what will Barış decide? Will he stand by his commitment and mute the noise, or will he step into a narrative that could rearrange everything? Right now, both he and Yagmur are quiet in public. That hush has a gravity to it, a kind of pressure cooker effect that makes every hour feel longer than it is. The tabloids are locked in, waiting for that first sentence from either of them that might confirm the whispers or sweep them away. After the first wave of rumor, attention pivoted to the spaces where they might appear. Would we suddenly see them together at festivals, premieres, or the restaurants where cameras hover near the door? According to those who claim to be in the know, both of them have become far more careful, avoiding obvious overlap and stepping into events at different times. Ironically, that restraint has only heated the conversation, because secrecy often looks like proof to those who already believe. There are also reports that the constant focus on his private life has worn on Barış. People close to his camp say he feels that the headlines are starting to swallow his work, that awards talk and role preparation are getting drowned by the thirst for scandal. If that's true, the next move might be to step back from the spotlight, to let the frenzy cool while he gathers himself. As for his engagement, the speculation continues to throb through every feed in coffee shop chat. Some insist the relationship is facing its most serious test yet. As for Yagmur, observers say she is holding her posture, calm, measured, and unwavering. The line attributed to her in private, "She doesn't owe explanations to anyone," has been repeated like a mantra by her fanbase. They read her expressions as messages, her silence as intention, and her captions as a game of chess in plain sight. It's that combination of mystery and steel that keeps people guessing. The quieter they are, the bigger the volume grows around them. The absence of a clear denial or confirmation from either party has built a stalemate that benefits only one thing: the fire of conversation. Without a sentence to hang the truth on, everyone becomes an editor of their own version. Eyes drift back to Barış, because his decision is the hinge the door swings on. When he finally speaks, if he speaks, will the words rescue an engagement or light a match under a new love story? And will the industry, watching from the wings, treat that choice as bravery, betrayal, or simply human? We're also hearing that friends have stepped into the mix, trying to steady the ship. Some mutual confidants are said to be counseling patients, asking Barış not to leap into anything he can't take back. Others are said to have told Yagmur that her honesty is as clear as glass and that there's no shame in saying a feeling out loud. Friendship can be a complicated mirror. Every piece of advice adds another layer to an already layered problem, and the pressure on him grows as each voice whispers a different path. People who have been watching his public appearances lately say they can read the indecision on his face. Thoughts that used to remain hidden now seem to flicker over his expression before he can smooth them away. When cornered by questions about his private life, his answers have been shorter, his gaze sliding somewhere safer. At one event, he reportedly murmured that he didn't want to address personal matters and moved on. That one refusal became a headline by itself. Commentators spun it into intention, calling it a deliberate silence rather than a moment of self-protection. And still, the story keeps pulsing forward. The more they avoid a joint appearance, the more observers conclude there's something to hide. The more they remain composed, the more people wonder what storms are being contained just out of view. Some fans have begun compiling timelines, tracing the evolution of a smile, the warmth of an embrace, the way laughter sits between them in a crowded room. Others reject that detective work outright, arguing that love isn't a crime scene and friendship doesn't need to be a disguise. There is also the reality of career. Both of them are professionals with schedules, scripts, and eyes on their craft. Those who know the industry know how easy it is for focus to slip when personal chaos knocks on the door. That's why insiders believe there may be a temporary retreat on the horizon, fewer outings, tighter circles, more time spent off-grid. If that happens, the vacuum will fill again, and the narrative will become a guessing game all over. But perhaps that is the price of protecting a decision that hasn't fully formed. Meanwhile, the fiancé remains the quiet figure that everyone keeps projecting feelings onto. Sympathy leans toward her in many of the comments, calls for respect, for clarity, for compassion. No one wants to be the unnamed person caught between a rumor and a promise. We can only hope that whatever is decided is done with care, because the dignity of everyone involved deserves to be preserved, even when the public is hungry for spectacle. What seems undeniable is that Yagmar's alleged declaration, if true, did not come from a place of hesitation. People who admire her assertiveness claim she's simply living by the code she's spoken about before, that feelings lose their truth when they are left unspoken. Her critics, on the other hand, wonder aloud whether courage and love should also come with timing and restraint. It's a debate that has split not only the comments sections but also some friendships among fans, with each side convinced they are defending the right kind of honesty. Every hour without a statement keeps the temperature high. Producers wonder if a public comment would protect upcoming projects or set them ablaze. PR teams weigh the risk of saying anything at all. Sometimes a rumor burns out when starved of oxygen, other times, it grows because silence is its favorite fuel. Right now, the flame is steady, bright, and watching them both. In the end, what we're all waiting for might be simple, a few sentences from Barış that lay out where he stands and what he intends to do. No more shadows in the corners of rooms, no more decoding expressions frame by frame. Just clarity, offered with kindness. If he chooses to hold the line on his engagement, that will be the story. If he chooses to step toward the possibility that has everyone talking, that will be the story, too. And either way, the conversation will evolve, because that's what happens when real lives unfold in public. Until then, the hours will tick, the headlines will stretch, and the same questions will circle. Are we witnessing the beginning of something that could redefine them both? Or are we all just passengers on a rumor that grew too big for the truth to catch up? As we wait, remember that the people at the center are more than the roles assigned to them by gossip. If there's a lesson here, it might be that love and certainty rarely arrive on the same day, and that the bravest thing any of us can do is tell the truth when we're ready, and not a moment before. This is where we pause for now. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to Whispers of Turkish Stars and share it with friends who follow every twist of this story. We'll be watching, listening, and bringing you the next beat the moment it lands. Until then, take care, and we'll see you in the next update on Whispers of Turkish Stars.